The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
We did bring online 300 megawatts in 6 months in Paraguay. Between May and November of 2025, we went from 6 to 25 exahash.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Aydin Kilic. He is the CEO of HIVE Digital Technologies. And Aydin, it's great to see you again. How are you?
I'm feeling fantastic, Steve. It's always great to be here. Big news, stocks up today. No better feeling when you're a CEO, healthy and happy.
Good. Well, good to hear that. Well, you're here obviously to talk about an offering that you had, a private offering. It's been upsized to $100 million. So obviously there's some strong demand in the company, Aydin.
Very strong demand. We are grateful for the opportunity to have brought this deal to market and see such overwhelming demand. We've got some really great names in the book, and it was upsized from 75 million to 100 million. I think what's really notable is a 0% coupon. So that speaks to the conviction, I think, that the street has in our ability to deliver and execute. Really, this capital will be rocket fuel for us to get to our targets this year. I think it's worth reminding everybody, we did bring online 300 megawatts in 6 months in Paraguay. Between May and November of 2025, we went from 6 to 25 exahash. And that was when we were sprinting, we were doing an exahash a week, Steve. I think we might have broken an industry record. And it's a good reminder for the street and just, the broader investing community. We are builders. We purchase land, we build substations, we do high voltage, heavy infrastructure construction. We also are best in class when it comes to operating compute. In my opinion, when you look at the numbers, we've often led the sector in Bitcoin per exahash. We've had some investment banks analyze our dollars per exahash deployment. We always strive to get a 1-year ROI after cost, after direct mining costs for crypto. But now in the HPC and AI realm, which is super exciting, all our growth in 2026 is focused to get the HPC and AI revenue. We started the year at 20 million. We're going to 10x it to 200 million. And we know exactly how we're going to get there.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because obviously this gives you some capital to do just that. So what's sort of the plan moving forward here? Give me some thoughts on how you get to that.
Yeah, well, we've put out all the indicators in the press releases. So what do you need to bring online AI compute? Well, you need a data center and you need the GPUs. Of course, you need the team to run it. And so we announced an expansion to our partnership with Bell Canada. So our partnership with Bell Canada is a co-location agreement where they are taking their existing data centers and upgrading them to be liquid cooled high power density. So they can run Blackwell and Grace Blackwell, really high power density GPUs. What this does is it gives us a low CapEx path to expansion and a very quick time to market. So our current GPU revenue is 35 million ARR. Again, we started the year at 20. We're now at 35. That's already 70% growth in the first quarter. And how we did that, we brought online 500 NVIDIA Blackwell 200 GPUs, and they're in Winnipeg. And so that will get us from 35 million today to over 150 million ARR. And I'm speaking conservatively here. And so now with this capital that we've just raised, it will accelerate our ability to acquire those GPUs. We're getting purchase orders for them, and we'll fund them. We're talking to some really great blue chip lenders that see GPUs as an asset class in our cloud, because we have 5,500 GPUs running today, generating that 35 million revenue. We're going to double that to 11,000 GPUs and get to 200 million revenue. And I think that's a massive catalyst for re-rating.
Aydin, tell me, I know in the news release you also talked about an uplisting as well to the main board of the Toronto Stock Exchange. That obviously is a real positive for the company. You're open to do that sometime in the next few months, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we're going big league, baby. So we're actually a NASDAQ domestic filer as of April 1st, 2026, because 90% of our volume's in the US. We're a US GAAP filer, moved our office to San Antonio, where I am today. So signaling to the street that we got a lot of US liquidity. And as we advance on that, our goal is to get indexed on the big US indexes, MSCI, for example, because that brings in a lot of ETF buying. That being said, in addition to that, we're graduating to the TSX Big Board in Canada. So everything's pointing up, and the team has been working incredibly hard. Really, I think the big takeaway from today's interview is simple. We've got huge things in the pipeline. Look at our investor deck. You'll see the growth from 20 to 200 million revenue on the GPU AI cloud business. So I think it's going to be an awesome quarter. I think it's going to be an amazing year, and stay tuned for more updates. There's a lot in the pipeline now with this capital. So hang on.
Well, it's going to be an exciting year. Thanks very much for the update. Really appreciate it. I'm good to see you again.
Steve, always a pleasure. And I look forward to our next meeting. Take care. All the best.
You as well. Aydin Kilic, the CEO of HIVE Digital Technologies.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.